Okay, friends, once again, very good evening to all of you. And we are starting with an interesting topic that is your macros, recording, and running. So, what is macros? Macros is nothing but it is used to automate your task. So, whatever you do in Excel can be easily recorded and it can be then afterward used so that you can play them back again. Okay, friends, so let's start. So macros is nothing but it is used to automate your regular task. Whatever you do in Excel, it can be automated. Now macro has two levels. One is recording and running and another is a programming part. So in this short webinar, we are going to do how do you record a macro and how do you run a macro. Now you believe me, in next 40-45 minutes, the webinar will be, you will come to know lots of new thing and very interesting thing. Not just recording and running, but I will show you a little bit of coding part also. How do you view the coding and how interesting it is to learn the macro and how easy is to automate all your tasks. So without wasting much time and quickly starting a session is, I will come on my desktop and over here I have a folder with the name example1. So I will go to this folder and I have a sales data over here. Once again, I request everybody, if you all are able to see the desktop and everything, so that because should not be a problem. Huh? Okay, perfect. Very good. Thank you so much. So now, friend, this is my file. And now I want everybody's attention. I have kept everybody's on mute. You are going to learn something very, very interesting, friends. Okay. So now I have some data, friends, over here. If you will see this file, there are 5 sheets in this. One is 2015 data. I have some products name. These are the dummy I have created for practice. And you have a Jan to December data. This data, sales data, is of 2015. Now see, this data can, if you are from the HR now in the session, so you should not think that way, oh, Ramzan is showing on a sales data. No, you learn the topic and then you can implement on any of the data. It's not necessary that to HR I show only the HR file, because we have a mixed group over here. Okay. And I have another sheet. I have gone to now another sheet. This is 2016. This is 2017, 18 and 19 data. Let's take a very interesting example. On a daily basis, you come to the office in the morning, you download some of the file from the internet and you do some regular task. Or not daily, it can be weekly also. That on a weekly basis, you might be downloading some of the files and you do some of the regular actions on it. Or you might be doing quarterly. It can be in many ways. So instead of doing this task regularly and means every day, why not to record all these things? For example, you download this file from the internet and this is a very raw data. There is no formatting. On a regular basis, you have to make the heading bold. You have to put the color into this. You have to do the center align. Then you arrange a data in a sorting manner. You put some conditional formatting over here. You put some formula, you put a total formula always over here, then you put a sum and then you drag it. So these are the 10, 15, 20, 30 actions you do regularly on that file. So what you can do is, instead of doing it regularly, why not to record it? So once you record it, automatically next time when you get another file, you can just play them back again. So macros is nothing. Macros is just like a recording, friends. I can give you one example, like a song or any video. You go and any place and you record it, right? Next time you don't have to go to that place. You just see the video. So macro is also like this. Whatever you do now, it can be recorded. So now we will start with the example. So what I will do, I have created one small file for you over here. That is a project details. So it's very easy for you to understand. Now you see this on the screen what I have written. This is a project one, because I can go into the theory part also now, what to do, what not to do, but we really don't have time for all this theory part. So I will directly jump on the practicals. So on a daily basis, you download this file and you get a few years data, or it can be a daily, or you download a monthly data and you have a day wise detail. There can be lot. It can be a city wise sales, different city, you have different sheets. It can be different products, different clients, different locations. Lots of examples can be there, but the intention is to tell you there can be multiple sheets. Now, after downloading the sheet, what you do, friends, the first step is you add a total. Where you add a total? You add a total over here. So you type manually total, you do some formula over here. Every time you do this, then you color the first row. First row heading should be bold. Your standard is, your company said always the heading should be bold. Just an example I'm giving. Your work will be different. You will record different steps. Okay. So you do the heading as a bold. Then you change the color of the first row. Then you add the another color. Then you add a border. You add an icon set over here. This is very interesting thing here in the total in the end. I hope you all know this option, conditional formatting. You add this. Then you have to highlight every time all the sales which are less than 700 in red color, more than 700 in green color. Something like this you have to do on a regular basis. Then you have to do the center align. All this data are on a right hand side. Always you have to do the center align. So these are the tasks which you do regularly. So instead of friends doing it every time, why not you are recording all these things? Just record and keep it, and next day you come, you get another data, just click on a button and khalas, your all the work will be done. So it's so simple, right? So this was the starting 5 minutes theory part to make you understand that what is macro. Macro is used to record all your tasks, and these are the actions which we will do now. Okay. So now the first step in macro is what? Okay. So now I will quickly go here. So here actually we are going to do the second project, and in the third project I have clearly written if time permits. If time permits, I will show you advanced filtering macro if time permits. So now I will type over here steps in recording macro. Okay. So the first step in recording a macro, friends, is you will say start recording. We have a button. We will click on it now. Give me 2 minutes and we will start. The second step is do the actions. Whatever actions you want, you do. 10, 15, 20, 100, 1,000 actions you do. No problem. Macro, there is no limitations. And the third is the stop recording. So you will start the macro, you will do the action, and you will stop the macro. Khalas, your work is done. This is the simple macro. So macro is nothing big. You should know only how do you record and run. But the challenge comes when you go for the programming. So now I am starting the actual practical session now. So you be attentive over here. Let's start. So now I come over here, friends. Normally I select the data. We do bold, italic, we put some color. So don't do all this thing. Before doing all this action, you start the macro. So see how I'm doing. So I will put my cursor on A1 cell to do the macro recording. To start the macro recording, you have to go to this tab, view tab. Remember this tab, view tab. In view tab on the right hand side, you see this option macros. So I request you not to click on the top because this is for viewing a macro. When you click, it will come like this. Okay, it will not record. So in this, you have to click on this drop down, and over here you click on record a macro. Very simple. So I click on a record a macro. You will get this screen, friends. See, he's asking you 2, 3 things, which is very simple. He's asking you macro name. Give any name which you can remember. Don't give your name, that Ramzan macro, my macro. Give a name which is related to a macro so that you can understand, you remember. So I am creating a formatting macro. So over here, friends, you will type formatting. Remember, in macro name, don't give space bar. Don't give any special characters. Give a very simple one word name that is sufficient. Then I will go to the next option. Here is asking shortcut. So Excel is asking Ramzan, give any shortcut key. What this mean? Means when I press that key, macro will run. Like when you press Control S in Excel, what happened? It saves the file. How it saves the file? Somebody has written that if a user will press Control S, save the file. In the same way, here macro is asking, okay, give me any key that when you will press, then macro will run. So you have to be very careful in giving the key. You can't give Control A. If you give Control A, it will take, but then in Excel select all will not happen. If you give Control C, it will take, but then copy will not happen, it will overwrite. So it's better to give a shortcut key which is not used. For example, I am giving M, Control M. Okay, Control M is not used in Excel. Okay, and now store macro in, he's asking you where you want to store a macro. You can store macro at 3 places. One is a personal macro workbook. If you save a macro in personal macro workbook, it will work on all the files. You open any file, third, fourth, any file, it will work. New workbook, it is not of use because as of now, because it copies the code and paste it in a new file. If you wanted to give the code to some developer, so you will not use, so just ignore that. And the main, which is our use, is this workbook. So this macro which I will record, it will record in this file itself. But if this file is open and tomorrow if you open another file, that macro will work in that file also. This macro will work in that file also. So the name of a macro is important, shortcut key is important, and where you want to store a macro. Description you can ignore. It is who created a macro, what this macro will do, just ignore it. And I say, okay friends, now when I'm saying okay, your macro recording has started. Now whatever action you will do now, it is going to record. So don't give any unwanted action. Don't click here, there, and do, because as whatever you will do, it's like a camera. You do legal, illegal, right, wrong, everything is going to record it. So don't do anything here and do. Don't unnecessarily scroll, don't unnecessarily zoom, because it is going to record. So now the recording has started when I say okay. Okay. Now you see I am doing, for example, the first action. Let's say I want to add a total. So I go over here and I type a total. So when I have typed the total now friends, Excel has recorded, he is recording that Ramzan user has typed total. Now I am typing over here sum, and now I am selecting all these records and I press enter. I got a total and I come on the corner and I, for example, double click it, done. Now all these steps which I did now, it is recording. So you have to wait for the next 2 minutes more, and then I will show you a magic that whatever I'm doing, it's recording, and how we will play in on another sheets. It will be very interesting. Okay. So now I type total, I did sum, it recorded, done. Now what I'm doing, I'm selecting the heading and I say bold, Control B for bold. So now Excel recorded that user selected the heading and he has pressed Control B for bold. Okay. Now I am selecting the entire data and I am saying center. So Excel recorded that Ramzan selected the data, user selected the data, and he pressed this. Again, I am selecting the heading and I am giving any color. Let's say, for example, I give this color. Again, I selected this, Control Shift down. I came over here, I selected. Now all this, whatever I'm doing now friends, it is recording, because I said start a recording. Okay. Now what I will do, I will come on my last column and I wanted to add some conditional formatting. So I go to the conditional formatting, icon set. Over here I'm adding some icon set. I hope you know icon set. The one which are in red, it's less than average. The one which are yellow, it's average, and the one which is green, it's more than average. Okay, that is a separate topic, but just for your idea. So again, I will come over here and I will select the data. And over here, again, I wanted to highlight all the records which are greater than 700 in green color. So I go to the conditional formatting, highlight cell rule, and I say greater than. So I say all the greater than 700 should be in green color. And I say okay. And I want all the one which are less than 300 to be in red color. Perfect. So I did this. Now this format, the friends, I wanted to apply on all the sheets. Now you see the magic. Give me 2 minutes more. All the action I did, 12, 10, 12 actions only I did. It's okay. We don't have much time. So the first step in macro was start recording. I went to the view. I started the recording. Then I said, do the steps. I did all the steps. Now, what is the third step? Who will tell me what is the third step? The third step is stop recording. Don't forget to stop the recording. So now how do you stop the recording? You will go to the same place. I go to the view from where I started the recording. I click on this drop down. Very good. I'm getting the answers. And I click on the option stop. See, first it was start recording, right? Now it came automatically stop recording. I hope you all are observing. And I say stop recording. Khalas, your macro is done. And my work is done. This was the macro. So now you will say, Ramzan, yes, this was a macro, but how it will benefit us? Now I will show you how it will benefit you. Now, let's say I am clearing all the formatting. So I select the data. I went to the home, and you know how do you clear the details formatting. So I go to the clear and I say clear format. Halas, everything is clear. Now you think, friend, now I want you to pay attention on the screen. I have 2015 records. I'm going to another sheet, 2016, 17, 18, and 19. Different years data is there, right? Now I came in the morning and my manager sent me this file. Ramzan, can you do the formatting, apply these, and everything? Now you don't have to worry. You have everything recorded and your macro is ready. What you will press? I will put my cursor over here and I will press Control M. So from my keyboard, see, I am pressing Control M. As soon as I press Control M, everything is done. You will say, oh, this is the same data, Ramzan. No problem. I go to the another sheet. See, now this is the 2016 data. Agree? See, you can see the sheet. I am pressing Control M. Everything. See, total column got added. Hit at formatting. This, everything is done. I go to 2017. Control M. Done. I go to next sheet. 2018. Done. 2019. Control M. So once you record and everything is done for you. So this is a very interesting thing. Now this was a simple example because we don't have much time. Otherwise you would say, wow, this is amazing. This you should have learned many years back. Okay. This is one of the simple example. I'm going to take one more example. I will not leave you like this. Don't worry. Okay. So this is one of the very interesting example. Now, just for your practice, I will take one more example for you. Let's say if I ask you that, okay, I wanted to clear the formatting. I don't want formatting in all the sheets. So naturally you will say, Ramzan, select the data, go to the home and say clear formatting. Correct? So for every sheet you have to do. Why not I create a macro for clear formatting also, just to give you the idea that when I say Control M, all the formatting should happen. And when I say, for example, Control L, then all the formatting should get automatically clear. So now I am recording another macro of clearing. Now I wanted to tell you and I want you to ask me some question, or you can tell me that how do I record a macro. So I have started my chat window over here. Thank you, Aga Asgar. I just saw your answer of stop. Thank you so much. So now friends, you tell me, I wanted to start record a clear macro. Okay. Now you tell me what is the steps. What is the first step that I should do? I want you to reply on the chat. What is the first step I will do? Go to the view and record a macro. Very good. So I go to the view and I say macros and I say record a macro. Very good, everybody. So I will go to the macro name. So I say clearing. Any name you can give. Clearing. Shortcut key, I say L, that is Control L. Where you want to store this workbook. Halas. Okay. Now I say Control Shift right, Control Shift down. I selected the data. I went to the home and I say clear formats. Now whatever I'm doing now, it is recording. So macro has recorded my clear action. Khalas. I want only clear. Now what to do? How do you stop the macro? Go here and say stop recording. Your work is done. Now when I come over here and you see I'm pressing Control L. Khalas. Clear. I didn't went to the home, clear formats and all. No selection, nothing. I went to the 17 sheet, Control L. Come here, Control L. 19, Control L. Khalas. My macro says, your manager says, hey Ramzan, can you do the formatting? No problem. Control M, you did formatting. He says, quickly clear, press Control L and it becomes clear. So your work will become very easy in your office and your life will become very simple. But if you tell this to your manager and to your bosses, then it will be a challenging for you. You will get more work because if you will automate everything, they will give you more work. Okay. So make sure when to tell and when not to tell. You all are smart. Okay. Can we add a name on the shortcut of a macro if we don't have a same sheet? No problem, Aga Zulfikar. Even if you open another file, it will work. For example, I'm copying this data, friends, and I'm pressing Control N. See, this is a new file in front of you, and I have pasted a data over here. And you opened a new file, and this is 2020 data maslan. And I am pressing Control M. It will work on new file also, friend. Okay. Even if you get more data, less data, because I have used Control Shift down and right for selection, so it will work, no problem. So it was a good question. Okay, feel free to ask question, friends. Okay, so how will macro record function will work if the year data varies in terms of number of columns and row? I just replied Mintu, no problem. Does it have to be a same file? No, it can be another file. I just did. Can we also record the VLOOKUP file? Yes, VLOOKUP, Bibina, you can record VLOOKUP, but if your data increases or decreases, there might be some issue, so you have to change the range, but it can be done. Yeah, it means our recorded macro will work for all Excel files. Yes, Hashim, it will work for all your Excel files, provided condition your this file is open. The file of macro in which you recorded, that file should be open. Okay. Yes, Pascal, feel free to ask a question. You have raised the hand. How we can change in our coding? Acha, I will show you Agazgar the coding part also. Okay, I'm going to the next level now. Okay. So I hope everybody this is done. Should all the files be on a same size? No. It can be different. Same size means what? Number of rows and column, Muhammad Manji, you are saying? Or yes. No. It can be more or less. No problem. It will work. Yeah. Because we have used a macro with Control Shift right and down. Yeah. Okay, friends. Let's move ahead. How to remember multiple macros? How to remember multiple macros in this? Remember means acha, which macro you created, you wanted to know that? Means like you created 5 macro, which are the 5 macros? Acha, okay, I got. Simple, I will answer this question. Very good question. So if you wanted to see, you have created 5 to 7 macros and you wanted to know which are the macros available or which are the shortcuts, so you will go to the view over here, click on a drop down, and here you get one option, view macros. Click on a view macros, and all the macros which you have recorded will be seen over here. Okay, and you will say, Ramzan, after 1 week I'm running the macro and I forgot the shortcut. So don't worry if you forgot the shortcut. You click on this formatting macro, and here you get one option. Got it? You click on this option and it will show you what is the shortcut for this. I click on clear option. You can change the shortcut. Okay, and you can see that if you want to delete a macro, you delete it over here. If you want to see the coding of a macro, you are interested in learning coding, so we can click on the clear, but don't fear after seeing the coding. Okay, so this is the coding which got created for this. So if you wanted to learn coding, you can go for the macros coding course, which is very interesting. And from 100 people who know Excel, 1 or 2 people only knows the macros programming. Please do it again where you clicked. Okay, so I clicked where I clicked, I went to the view, I clicked on this drop down over here, this macros, and I clicked on this option, view macro, and then I selected any of my macro, and over here you have an option, or miss over here you see all the macros, and if you want to see the shortcut, you click on the option. Okay, so this way. Okay, friends, so this was how do you record, how do you run, but I wanted to show you one very interesting thing, that is how do you create a button to run a macro. For example, I have this data and I don't remember the shortcut, so I wanted to create, yes, please do it again where you click for coding. Acha, for coding you are asking, Aga. So I click on this drop down, view macros, and here there is an edit button here. I click on this formatting and I click on edit. So I will show you a clear coding. It's very simple. Click on this and say edit. So it will show this. So this is a clearing macro. See, actually it's very simple. If you will learn now, nothing is hard. Once you start learning, it's very simple. Okay. So great. Okay, friend, let's move ahead. Now the next topic is how do you create a button to run the now? So I'm pressing Control M and it's happening. I say Control L, it's getting clear. But you will say, okay, Ramzan, I wanted to create a button to run a macro. How do we do that? So now I will show you how do you create a button. So now, can you see on the top side, this is written home, insert, you know, above home and insert, there are some buttons. These buttons, friends, are nothing but this is known as QAT, quick access toolbar in Excel. Okay, means you are accessing quickly, so they gave the name quick access toolbar. Here you can create a button for a macro. Now I want you to observe it. I right click on this area and there is an option customize quick access toolbar. I click on it. After I click on it, over here there is an option popular commands. Okay, so don't worry, it's getting recorded. And over here I get an option macros. So whatever macros you have recorded, it will show you here. So I click on formatting macro and I say move it here. So I say add. So this formatting has come here. I click on clearing. Again I click on add. Why I'm doing this? Because here I wanted to create a button, so I'm adding in this category. Now I click on formatting, and if you wanted to change the icon, so we have a modify option. Here you can click on this any smiley face or whatever icon you want. You can just select and I just say okay. And over here, friends, you will see this two button has come. Can you see this button? Now I don't have to remember a shortcut. I just come here and I click on this button. Formatting is happening. I click on it, format. Naturally, you are going to do your work, but this is just an example, a very interesting example of 10 to 12 actions. And I come over here and I click on now manager clear the format. So you just have to come on clearing this macro and it gets clear. Format, format, clear, clear, format, format, clear, clear, format, format. So it's very, very simple. But you need a practice. This so I have shown you. Now you have to open this file. If you want, I can share these files with you. Same file, you can practice it once, twice, thrice, and slowly you will learn that how do you record and run a macro, how do you create a button. If you will say, okay, Ramzan, I wanted to delete a macro or delete a button, no problem. You can right click on this button and you can say remove. If you want to delete a macro, friends, same step, go to the view, click on a drop down, click on view macros, and over here select the macro and say delete. So delete, edit, and options, all three are over here. Let me see a chat box. Somebody is asking or something. Can I do a macro on one sheet and it gets updated on all the remaining sheets as well? Yes, that is also possible. For that, you have to do the small looping code that if I have 7 sheets, 7 times, I don't have to click on a button or press a shortcut. Once you do, it can apply on all the 7. But then a programming will come into the picture. Small codes will come. I don't want it to go into the codings because there are many people who are not technically sound. So they will think what it's happening, but it can be done. Yeah, I will please share the file. Yes, I will share the file recorded session. When you delete, does the shortcut also get deleted? No, Mohammed Manji, means when you delete a macro, your shortcut will not get deleted. And then after delete a macro, if you try to click on this shortcut, it will not work because this shortcut is running that macro. You deleted the macro, so how it will work? So you have to remove this button manually. Manually means you just have to right click like this and say remove, and it will remove. Again, I say right click, remove, remove. So this way you add and remove the button. Okay, friends? So Perumal, I think how much time we have spent now? We started at 40, 50, 60. I think 35 minutes we took this, right? Yeah. Okay, friends. So this was all about how do you record the macro and how do you run a macro. Can a shortcut have 2 alphabet characters? Kumail Ali, 35 minutes. Huh, okay, okay. Thank you. So can have a shortcut alphabet characters? So good question, Anar Muhammad. I will reply you, my friend. And this is one of the very interesting question which we have asked. So now in a starting of a macro, I told you that you give a shortcut of one character, means which is not used. So I said, okay, control M is not used, control L is for least actually, but we took control J is not used. So he's asking very good question, Ramzan. Most of the shortcuts are used: A for all, B for bold, C for copy, D for down, E for flash fill, F for find, G for go to, H for replace, I for italic. All mostly the shortcuts are used. Then how? So here the friends, in shortcut, instead of control M, you can do like this. You can press shift A. So the shortcut will become control shift A, or shift B, control shift B, control shift C. Like this, Anar Mohammed, you can use this. Okay, not, you can't use control A, control B. No, control shift A, control shift B, control shift C. This type of shortcuts are not used much in Excel. So you can use that. It was a very interesting question. Prashant Kumar is asking, do we have any limitation of sheet where we can play? No, there is no limitation in recording and number of sheets. There is no limitations. I have recorded more than 150 steps, and for number of sheets, there is no limitations. Yeah. Okay, friends. So this was all about, can we use number as a shortcut? Abhiroop, no, you can't use control 1, control 2, control 3. Good question. I should have told that, but no, you can't use number, only character. Can we add graph using a macro? Yes, graph can be added using a macro, but if your data range in future changes, it will be a big problem. Then again, some of the basic macro coding will come into picture. So now friends, what happens? See, this is the difference between recording and programming. With recording, you can do like this task, which I did some interesting thing in front of you. But if you will ask me, can I create a pivot? So yes, you can create a pivot. But in future, if range changes, then in coding, you have to do small changes. You can do the VLOOKUP also. You can do if condition also. You can do many of the formulas, but small then changes might have to do. So you should know basic of VBA programming also. Yeah. If during recording there were errors and you did correct it, but now you want a clean macro, how do you do that? Good question. See, while recording a macro, you did 2-3 action wrong. Like you did bold and italic. Chalo, I will give you one practical example only. Okay. So how do we do that? And now you thought, oh, now I don't want italic and underline. Then you go and delete the code. So Mohammad Manji, I will give you one example. Don't worry. Okay. On this data only. So now I will come quickly on 2005. And over here, this is the last example I'm giving you. I'm coming over here and I wanted to clear. So I say Control L, khalas. Okay. Now I'm recording once again a macro in front of you. And we will do editing part. So I say record a macro and I give formatting new. And I give a shortcut Control Shift A. Remember a shortcut, sometime I forget. Control Shift A is a shortcut. Okay. So I selected the data. I said center. I selected the heading. I put some color. I did bold, italic, underline. I selected this and I gave some color over here. Let's do only small these things. Okay. And wait. And now I'm stopping a macro. I went over here and I stopped a macro. Now, when I go to the next sheet and I say, let me say clear, and now I'm running a macro. So I say Control Shift A. See, everything happened. The heading became bold, italic, underline. And now, Muhammad, your manager says, hey, Muhammad, now next time when you run a macro, don't do underline and italic. I want only bold. So now Muhammad will say, Baba, I have to again record a macro. No, don't worry. You don't have to record again. You just made some small changes in the macro. Delete that 2 line. How? I will show you. What was the name of our macro? Formatting new. So you go to the macro and say view macros. What is the name of a macro? Formatting new. To see the code, where you will click on edit and you will see the code. And here you will search where is your italic and underline. Don't tell me to explain these codes, huh, boss? So here we have, see, selection.font.bold equal to true, italic equal to true, and where is underline?
The third one, same there only.
This underline, halas.
Yeah, yeah.
So what I will do, I will just delete this two line. But Mohammad Wanji, when you delete this two line, macro will not run. But again, after 3 days, your manager will say, Mohammad, now we want that underline and italic again. Then you have to have problem. So what we do, we don't delete it. Before this line, we comment it. We ignore this line. So you just have to put one simple single quote. Now when I put single quote, now see these both became green. It means it is commented. It means when I run a macro, it is not going to run. So my habit is this: I don't delete because management might can change anything or client might ask you don't know again. So it's always better to comment. So I close this and now you see in front of you I'm running a macro, control shift A. It run a macro, but the heading and this didn't became underline and italic. I clear this, control shift A. Okay. So I hope I have replied to your question. Yeah. So I will just see the chat window. Okay, thank you. So do I need to save the coding after changes? No, you don't have to save the changes. But in this, I will explain you one very important thing, that how you have to save the file. If you don't learn this, what I'm going to explain you in next 1 minute, you are doing macro is waste. Okay, I'm going to explain about saving. And then we need to remove the extra code. And if you want correct, no, I'm not understanding, Ami. And then we need to remove the extra code if we want correct. Means again, if you want that code, you just remove that single quotes and khalas, again then you can use that macro, means that two lines will work. Yeah. Okay, perfect, great. So now I will just explain you about the saving part. Now friends, little bit technical I will explain you, but in a very layman language, in a very simple way. But you should know this. Now you tell me, whenever you save a Excel file, what extension it creates? Can you reply me on the chat? Let me see if you all know. When you save a Excel file with the name sales data, what is the full name of a file? What is the extension? XLS. No, my friend, XLSX. Those who have said XLSX, it is right, because XLSS also is right, but it is of the old version, 2007 version. From Excel 2010, it has become XLSX. Okay. Can we change the value like 700 to 500 in the program? Yes, in coding you can change it. In conditional formatting, you can go to the coding, you can change it, small things. Yeah. So I wanted to explain you control this saving. Yes, XLSX when you save a Excel file. Now friends, listen very carefully. Very important sentence I'm going to give you in next 1 minute. Don't miss it. Now this file is having data. In this Excel file you are having data. This file can have formula. This file can have comments. This file is having colors. This file can have picture, borders, font color, everything. So XLSX extension, now when you say it has X all these things. Now what you did, you recorded a macro in this file. Friends, I'm just saying mute all. Now in this you have recorded everything, means recorded a macro. Now this file has a macro code. So now this value of this file has increased. Let me tell you in your language, you are now HR executive. So now at an HR executive level, you are doing boarding and everything, hiring, for example, termination and everything, preparation of letter and everything. Now bonus allocation comes, that now you have to allocate the bonus. So what happens? Now your position should increase from HR executive to senior HR executive or a manager level. So you can take more responsibility. So in the Excel file, it happens same way. Till the time it has text, it is XLSX file. Now you recorded a macro and you put the code in it. So now this Excel file will not save. Now when I press Ctrl S, this file will not, it will say, Ramzan, you have put macros code in me. I will not save because you have put code in me. Increase my position, convert me to macro file. So what you have to do, you have to press Ctrl S. See, it's not saving. Here you have to say no. Remember, don't say yes, say no. And over here in browse, what you will select, friends? Excel macros. So see over here, I will go here, see. save as type. Now here I will click over here, and here you get the second option. See, macro enabled. This XLSM. Can you see this XLSM? You click on this, and now you will save this file. Now when you save this file, next time when you open a file, your macro will work. If you would have said XLSX, this file would have deleted your macro. He will say, boss, I am XLSX and I can't handle this big position with of macros and all. So we have to upgrade the file from XLSX to XLSM so that he can take the responsibility of running a macro. Now I will show you one more interesting thing. Wait, I will close this file. You see the place from where I have opened the file, example 1 it was. Now you see this is the XLSM file. Can you see this? Now you see I'm opening this file. I'm opening this. When I open this file, it will open and it will give you this yellow color bar. And it's asking you security warning, means macros has been disabled. So now if I press Control Shift A, it is not going to work because macro by default disables when you open a file. So you have to say enable a macro. So I click on this option, enable macro, and then when I press Control Shift A, it will work. Okay. So remember, this was a very important point, that you recorded a macro and did everything, but if you don't save in a correct format XLSM, it's not going to work. Okay, so now I will take some question. Can you please repeat what? Saving a file. You have recorded macro in sales. Will it work in sales data 20? Yes. File name changes, it will work. You can open any file, it will work, provided your first file is also open. How do we send a file to our boss without a macro? Good question. So what you have to do is, if you delete from the macro from this file will delete. The simple solution is you close the file, create a copy of this file, open that file, delete a macro from that file, and then send the file without a macro. Will macro be visible and editable by the receiver? Mohammad Manzi, you are asking today very means always you ask question, but this is very interesting question. Visible and editable by the receiver. Yes, if you send this file to anybody, what will happen, you know, when anybody can go to the view, they can go here and they click on edit and they can see the coding. So now if you will ask me, okay Ramzan, I don't want anybody to see the coding, like you do the protection of an Excel sheet by going to review, you can even protect the code. This is the last question I'm taking. I think time is up. So how do you protect your macro codes, friends? Okay, so the first option for this is, I go to the view macro, I open anything, edit, and now you see how do you protect a macro with password. I go to the tools. This is a tools option. See, this is a VBA editor. And here you will get an option. This is an option. And in this, no, I think it's not in the option. If I remember correctly, it's in VBA project properties. Here it is, friends, VBA project properties. And in this, you will go to the protection, this tab. And here, see, this is the option, lock project for viewing. And now you have to give the password, AA and AA. Give the password which you can remember. Otherwise, you yourself will forget the password, then forget your file also. Okay. Then nobody will break this macro password. Nobody can break. Okay. So from here you can open. So first is opening a VBA editor. Go to the tools, click on VBA project properties, go to the protection, lock, and then you give the password. Okay, close the, save the file, close and open once again. It will not show you the file. You wanted to try? I will try. I say AA, I say AA. Okay, now I will save the file, correct? Now I will close the file. Now I will open that file once again, which is the day this was a file. No? And now when I press open this coding, see it has opened the coding area, but when I click on this to see, it is asking me the password. So nobody can see your coding. And this is one of the best practice, that when you give this file to third person, always put the code. Otherwise he will do some changes and something wrong will happen. It will come on you. So it always better to give the password, but remember to remember the password, which is very important. Okay, now I'm just removed that, otherwise I will forget. Okay, so yeah, so I think friends, It's around 45 minutes. So I think we did a lots of things. How do you record, run, and interesting options, delete a macro, see the code, create a button, and can we set the password to protect the file? I have just replied you. Thank you, Ramzan. It was a great learning. Thank you so much, Raja. Always welcome.